Welcome back, YouTube. Zan at it again in the garage with the ZX-10R motor. So today we're going to get this nice new gasket installed. We're going to get the cover on. We're going to find one more missing gasket that's around here somewhere, and we're going to fix a problem, which is my undoing. The problem we're going to have is this needs to go there, and I didn't do that. So we're going to put it on. We're going to clean some stuff up, and we're going to get this ready to go back in an engine. So stay tuned. Alright, you two, found the last piece we need to do this project. Now I just have to remove, I'm going to say these two, and that should be it. We'll have to re-torque them down to whatever their respective torques were, which, I mean, these just got torqued down yesterday, so I'm not too worried about it being a problem. To 106 inch-pounds according to that beautiful manual. So this is the upper camshaft chain guide. That's this guy here. Just make sure there's nothing on it. Doesn't look like there is. Is this magnetic? Nope. Okay. Just helps keep tension on it, I guess. I don't know. So looking at the manual, I have to torque this one on the exhaust side and then the intake side first. Whoop-de-doo. Not a big deal. 106 inch-pounds. Dropped it, broke the floor. There we go. Again, complete, but now complete, 100% complete. So now we have to go to, where was it? Cylinder head cover installation. Dowel pins 1, 2, 3, 4. Gaskets 1, 2, 3, 4. Easy. Got it. Then we're not going to need this tool anymore, so we'll put this away. Rubber washer, the metal side facing upward. So this way. That's it. That's easy enough. We can handle that. 89 inch-pounds on these guys, which look like 10-ish mil. Maybe 12? Not 12. 10 mil. As you can tell, I haven't cleaned up between videos because all go no stop. So the other thing we have to do is in these crevices here, we have to put silicone gasket sealer. Which this, oh, there's actually still some on here. I thought these were all removed. Oh well. Clean, clean. Get some of the old stuff off first. And the new. Alright, new gasket's on. I've got the cylinder cover here, and there's still some dirt and stuff left on it. So let's grab, let's quickly get a pick in here and just get some of this grime off here. It's like rocks got caught up on top of the engine. We're gonna do this thing a full clean too later, like the bike and the engine. We're gonna detail this up a little bit before we put it back in, but getting the bigger stuff off now is gonna help. Got gaskets here for the emissions covers. We'll have to see if we have new ones of those we can put on. But for now, I think we're good. Put this up on here. Squish it into place a little bit just so I know it's set. Gonna inspect this gasket as it liked to jump around while I was trying to put it on. And see, it jumped off over here. So, gotta get it all on here all at once. It's like it doesn't want to sit on this corner well. Okay, there it is. Got it on there. Just squish it in there a little. Looks good. So these have to go on the metal side up. We'll start with this corner because that was the corner that was pulling up on us. We'll just get it tight enough so that it can't come out again. Perfect. Let's double check there's no pattern I need to follow for these. I don't think there is. It doesn't say there is, but we're going to do a crossing pattern. We'll start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just to make sure this thing sits on there nice and flush. Let's get our torque wrench and set to 89 inch-pounds. No way. Stopped right at 89. That's it. Day's over. I did it all right. Alright, valve cover is on along with a new gasket. Look through what we have left for gaskets here. Got a lot of circular ones that I didn't have to use anywhere. I'm not sure where they're supposed to go. But I don't have one that's shaped like that. So I'm going to assume we don't get a new one of those. And these could be for other accessory things. I know this guy is going to go... Where did I see it? I saw this thing. Is it this guy? This guy gets removed? Oh, down here. This guy down here. That's got to come off. Replace the new gasket. Got a gasket for that. Got a gasket for a couple other things. Now, we're going to try to put some more of this engine back together before I put it in the bike, but I think we're ready to go in the bike. I know there's some tubing and stuff that goes in here that I need to just double check to make sure it's not going to be in the way. Like, I want to take this guy back off beforehand. I think this is another gasket we can replace here. This whole thing might come off for gasketing. And I'd rather put all new gaskets on here if we can because, you know, rather have new than old. So let's take these off to start with. Not sure if we'll be able to get to that. We'll try. And we'll keep playing with this engine. All right. Yeah, I looked at an old video. I actually already regasketed this once. Took it off for nothing. But I did pull the thermostat off, and it has an old gasket. It didn't leak, but we're here, so we're going to put a new one on. And I just got to find the torque spec for these. Again. Perfect. That'll be tight enough for now, but we'll torque them on properly. Perfect. Look at that. Fits perfectly. There we go. So we've got a new gasket for inside this thermostat as well. So I had to break this apart and put a new gasket in. Shouldn't be that difficult. It's difficult. This is the actual thermostat unit. So this would come out, it would be replaced by a new one. But it works, or I think it worked. Wasn't really running bike when we got it, so I couldn't tell you if it 100% runs or not, or works or not, but it's gonna be okay. So old gasket, new gasket. Let's grab this rag. Just so there's some crud in there. Don't need that in our gasket. Alright, I've got the fittings back on, and now we're putting the thermostat back on, and they're all 89 inch-pounds. For those of you playing at home, keeping score. We're gonna have 89 inch-pounds there, and 89 inch-pounds on the other one. And this whole thing will be back on. Torque down. Easy. New gaskets. Alright, torque down, good to go. Now I'm going to look up these gaskets, see if we need new ones, see if I can get replacements, clean this area up here, and start assembling the top end. So let me do some research, we'll get back to this. Okay, so I cleaned up the air suction valves, that's these guys. I put the covers back on, and we just got to torque these down to, again, 89 inch-pounds, which I feel is a just common number now that we're using for the top, for anything really attached to the engine, like an accessory, because everything seems to be that same torque. So there we go, we're attached. Been looking at everything else that needs to go back on this engine, and I'm 90% sure that everything else that needs to go back on can be done with the engine back in the frame. All these coolant hoses are accessible. Everything's accessible. Like I know that the throttle bodies can go in. Like the bike, the frame of the bike is literally designed for them to come out and in while it's in the frame, which was nuts. I know I can do spark plugs, which the plugs are in there. They're not tightened down, and we're going to get new ones. But I can do the spark plugs, I can do the wiring, I can do the coils in the frame. So I'm thinking that this might be the day. Might be the day that this goes back in a bike. The problem is the frame's kind of buried in other things, so I'd have to back everything out and like set up a spot to work on this. So we'll get working on that, because that's going to be the next step. Clean up some overfilling of silicone down here. Doesn't look as bad, but man, this has been a fun journey for me, learning about this bike, and a little more about engines and all their components. So yeah, we'll get back to you in a little bit here when we got this space cleared out and we are putting an engine in. Show you how I do it.